ABC Weather Lab. Here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, a flood watch continues. Heavy rainfall moving into Acadiana as we speak. And by all accounts, at least 2 to 6 inches of rain will be likely overnight tonight through tomorrow. Isolated spots, maybe more. That's what we'll get to in just a bit. First off, though, this is the way it looks out there. Rainy weather and lots of puddles. Be careful with ponding on roadways. And, of course, travel really not recommended when we have these big, heavy rain events and waters everywhere, because we know you're a good driver, but there's another guy or gal that's not, and going too fast and causing some issues. There will be accidents overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. It's almost a certainty on every weather event, so keep that in mind. Watch out for the other person. So here we go with respect to the Weather Prediction Center, their forecast for excessive rainfall. And when you get in the high-risk area, it's never good. And much of Acadiana is in that high-risk area for rainfall rates that could exceed 2 inches of rain per hour. It's not about how much, but how quickly it falls. So if you get 2 hours of 2 inches per hour, that causes localized street flooding. The water starts coming up on the lawns and people get nervous. You get 3 hours of it and then there's trouble. But tonight it looks like a couple of hours here and there, but all total, the possibility up to 6 to 10 inches possible. And these are by the folks that make a living off of forecasting rainfall events, so we got to keep that in mind. Satellite imagery revealing again the remnants of that tropical disturbance producing heavy storms across the Texas coast, now moving into the Gulf of Mexico with some cooling cloud tops moving into southwest Louisiana. That is not necessarily good. That means the rainfall rates are going to get heavier as the evening progresses, and this is the way it looks on the radar satellite composite. We still have winds coming in here. There is a weak area of low pressure right around the Houston area, and that's going to be moving eastward and northeastward overnight tonight. So flood watch continues for all of Acadiana along and north of I-10. Weather service is going for 1 to 4 expected, isolated higher amounts, and in general south of the I-10 corridor 3 to 6 with isolated higher amounts up to those 10 inches that we just showed you per the Weather Prediction Center. This is what's going on the radar right now. You can see some of those heavier rain bands moving inland. You never want to see lightning with these storms inland. We might see that. We see some lightning here down along the coast and not too far offshore. You want the strongest storms to be offshore so they rob some of that deep tropical moisture moving inland, but an upper level system that's coming in from the west is going to draw this mess northward and eastward. But notice the northern extent really pretty much ends once you get north of Evangeline Parish. Just light rains up here, but I did get a report from Ville Platte about 3 inches of rain in the rain gauge already, so the Doppler estimates I showed at 5 are about half off, and that happens sometimes in a tropical or a tropical blend type of system where the Doppler underestimates the amount of rainfall. So we'll be watching for that. But heavy downpours, Cameron into Jeff Davis Parish, northeastern Vermilion Parish coming down heavy. It's lightened up a little bit here at the station, but more heavy rains on the way, and locally heavy downpours, Iberia all the way down through St. Mary Parish as well. So here's the latest look at the extended HRRR model, the high resolution model, indicating the risk of strong storms. And notice the model not showing the widespread rain that we have right now, so we're thinking the model's kind of missing it a little bit, and this is where we come in for the interpretation part. But more heavy rain and storms likely to develop overnight tonight, coming to a crescendo right around daybreak tomorrow. So the threat of flooding, I think, is going to be highest right around daybreak tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, as those storms lumber on through, producing very heavy downpours. Minimal severe weather risk. Can't rule out an isolated tornado spin up, but that's a marginal risk at that. We'll just keep an eye on the storm structures, but I don't see that happening. And then by tomorrow afternoon, it looks like we get a little bit of a break, but then there'll be more action developing back to the north and west and moving through the area. But any storms we see going into tomorrow night will be moving fast. So the greatest risk of flooding overnight tonight through tomorrow morning. Here's the 3-kilometer NAM model showing much the same. A little bit of a break in the afternoon, and then as we head into tomorrow night, another round of storms, some locally heavy downpours of another inch or two possible through Friday morning, and then by the time we get into the weekend, it looks like things will quiet down, but scattered storms stay with us in the forecast through Friday for sure. Here's the latest high-resolution model run. This just gets us through midnight tomorrow night, and notice the model's really backed off and putting the heavy rain axis well to the north, so we're not buying this hook, line, and sinker. I think you could double the numbers we see right now. Latest predictive radar update, same model, but it updates once an hour, giving us a little bit better feel, and this is just through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Where you see those areas of yellow, you're pushing 5 to 8 inches of rain, so there are going to be hot spots. Notice the hot spots not hitting too many of your locations, and again, this is one model projection. When we show you these projections, they always change, so don't count on the amount, but look for where the areas of heavy rainfall are going to be. Southwest Louisiana, coastal Louisiana, where 5 to 8 inches of rain will be possible per this model just through 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So in addition to all of that, we do have a coastal flood advisory that I just zipped by. Tides running about 2 feet above normal because the winds are going to be coming up later on tonight through tomorrow morning, right around high tide time, so tides will be up along the coast. Here's the rain chances that we got going for you tomorrow, near 100% overnight tonight. High rain chances early tomorrow, and then they tail off a little bit tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, and then we are looking at the next several days. High rain chances for tomorrow, dropping down to 60% for Friday, and then going into the weekend, we'll see drier conditions and hotter conditions returning. That's it for weather. We'll be right back right after this.